How's it going, everybody? Thanks for tuning back into my channel and welcome to today's video. Today we're going to be talking about fragrances with a nice long lasting performance and some good staying power. Honestly, what good is a fragrance if the top note is fantastic and it has a great smell, but 1 to 2 hours after wear, it's pretty much dissipated from your skin and you're left with this wisp of an essence of a fragrance that was so fantastic before, but every 1 to 2 hours it needs to be reapplied. Today's list should hopefully give you some good value when you're searching for your next fragrance if you're looking for something that is going to last you all day or at least a really good portion of the day. This list is in no particular order. These are all going to be great fragrances if you want that long-lasting performance. So let's go ahead and jump into the list. Now, before our number one spot, I want to highlight a couple of honorable mentions. The reason these are honorable mentions is because they no longer have the performance that they used to, but if you're able to get your hands on a bottle before they were reformulated, these both are fantastic. These are well-known fragrances that have been reformulated and have since lost some of that punch that they used to have. Of course, first we've got Jean-Paul Gaultier Le Male. This guy used to be a powerhouse, used to be great for clubbing, used to be very versatile, still is versatile and good for those situations, just performance-wise, nowhere near as good. And over here, we have got Yves Saint Laurent. This is La Nuit de l'Homme. These bottles, prior to their formulations, have kind of a cult following and they can be worth a lot of money, so expect to pay a lot if you want the previous versions. These are the versions that have been since reformulated. I don't own the older bottles, but I figured I'd talk about these. These used to have really, really good staying power, really long lasting. Now for both, I would say 3 to 4 hours is about all you get, which isn't terrible. They're still well worth picking up even if you can't get the prior formulations, but these are honorable mentions. If you can find the older formulations, I would definitely recommend picking them up if you love the scent itself. So for number one on our list of long-lasting, great-performing fragrances, we have got Viktor and Rolf's Spicebomb Extreme. You could also substitute this very easily for the original Spicebomb. They both have great performance, great long-lasting ability. I prefer Spicebomb Extreme because I find it just gets me more compliments. I enjoy it better personally. This has the addition of some cinnamon, some vanilla, and I think this becomes more of a warm, cuddle-up date night fragrance rather than the original Spicebomb. The original Spicebomb is great. It's kind of set the bar for powerful fragrances. Spicebomb Extreme is my number one spot. I usually get about 7 to 9 hours of longevity. I would check this one out. It's not for everybody. This is one I'd recommend at least getting a decant or going to a department store. Viktor and Rolf is pretty easy to find at all your big box department stores. And getting your nose on it first, I've had some people turned off when I first had them smell it because it is powerful. It's a very out there and strong fragrance, but it's fantastic if you want something that's going to stick to your skin and give you good performance. So the number one spot, guys, Viktor and Rolf, Spicebomb Extreme. For the second spot on the list, this one is very close to my heart because I love the Polo line in general. This is Polo Red Intense. So Polo Red has several flankers. Off the top of my head, you obviously have Intense, you have Red Rush, you have Red Extreme. Of the flankers, not only is this my favorite, but I feel like I get the best performance and longevity out of this one. This has an addition of a cranberry note. So in my eyes, this makes this really good for like Christmas time or any type of cold weather. Intense is my favorite, like I said, of the three. There's nothing wrong with the original Polo Red or any of the other flankers, but this one I tend to get a solid 6+ hours of longevity out of. If I'm reaching for any of the Polo line and I want it to last long, I'm reaching for Polo Red Intense. The number 3 spot goes to those men who are looking to smell super masculine. And this one takes some confidence and some real masculine traits to be able to pull off. But if you have that, you will be rewarded by great compliments and really good longevity. For the number 3 spot on this list, we have got Thierry Mugler's Angel Men. This is the Flanker Pure Malt. So if you're at all familiar with the Angel Men line or the original Angel Men DNA, you know it's got incredible staying power. It fills up a room. The original Angel Men was very, very strong. I do own an original formulation from back in 2010, and it is a powerhouse. I very rarely wear that one. Pure Malt takes some of the tar notes from the original formulation of Angel Men, or the original DNA, I should say, and tones it down a little bit, but adds a whiskey malty note. And this one, again, you are going to smell like a man. You are going to smell masculine. A lot of fragrances nowadays are labeled as unisex, and this one I think really takes a man's man to pull off. This one, guys, I can smell this on my skin 8, 9, 10 hours later. This performs well, and it's got a nice sillage too. Not all of these are going to project so well on this list. They're going to last you a long time, but some become a skin scent after 5 to 6 hours, albeit a very good skin scent still. But not a huge projector. This one is one of the best projectors on the list, as well as having good long-lasting staying power. So if you're into those malty, whiskey kind of fragrances and you want to smell like a man, I would recommend Pure Malt by Therium Ugular. We're switching it up a little bit on the list and heading to the fresher side of things, which is hard to do. Freshies in general struggle sometimes with having some good long-lasting performance. On my skin, this is absolutely a beast, and it is my favorite freshie to reach for. We have Prada Loam. This is a fantastic office, freshie, family gathering. Something where maybe I don't want to smell sexy or seductive, but I want to smell fresh, clean, approachable, non-offensive. Prada Loam is where I reach. And I've gotten not only some fantastic compliments from this fragrance, but I get them from everybody. Some of the others may be a little bit more of a sexy fragrance and get you good compliments from women. This one, I have guys asking me like, oh my gosh, what are you wearing? I want to purchase that. I love that. That's so clean. That's so nice. It's not the longest lasting on this list, but from a freshie side, 7, 8 hours later, I'm still smelling this on my skin, guys. Prada Loam is fantastic for a long lasting freshie. You can check out the Intense version as well. It keeps the same DNA, but brings it to the warmer, a little bit more bold and sexy side of things. I prefer the original. It's not often that an original versus the Intense is something that I prefer, but at the end of the day, Prada Loam is a constant reach for me for a long-lasting, fresh fragrance. So for our number 5 spot, we actually have a clone house with a clone of a very popular, discontinued niche fragrance. This is Andy Warhol by Scentual Obsessions, and this is a Bond No. 9 clone, Andy Warhol by Bond No. 9. So this one, guys, is a pear sweet oud, very unique, very distinct fragrance. I did a review on Scentual Obsessions as a whole, and this one was included, and I discussed a few more of their fragrances. Check that one out. I'll link the card right up here if you guys want to take a look at that video. This one is a parfum concentration. All of their fragrances from Scentual Obsessions that I know of are parfum concentrations, but this one is unbelievably long lasting. In my opinion, the longest lasting on this whole list. This one takes some confidence to pull off, guys. This is not for everybody. Not everybody who smells you while wearing this fragrance is going to like it. I would be willing to say a hefty majority will, but I've had some female friends of mine that I've had smell this and give their opinion, and they just plain didn't like it. And that's okay. That's not a knock of this fragrance. That's not a knock of Scentual Obsessions or Bond No. 9. It's bold, and the introduction of oud is definitely not for everybody. I find this to be a very wearable oud. It's, if you are looking for an oud fragrance, but you're nervous to jump into such a powerhouse of a fragrance note, this is a great place to start. Andy Warhol by Bond No. 9 has been long discontinued. Bottles range from $800 and up I've seen on eBay and different places because it is a wanted fragrance and it's discontinued. So this is a great substitute for that. And with the parfum concentration, guys, I mean 11, 12, 13 hours is totally within reason. I've achieved that kind of longevity easily. And not only that long, but that long of good performance. On 12 hours, I'm still smelling myself as I'm turning my head and I'm doing activities throughout the day. Sometimes you got to really get your nose on where you sprayed 9, 10 hours later, and oh yeah, I can barely, I still get a little bit of it. Whether or not you want to count that as truly lasting that long, that's up to you. But for this guy, even at the 12-hour mark, even at the time I'm going to bed, I am still smelling Andy Warhol by Scentual Obsessions. So if you want a long-lasting clone of a fantastic fragrance, check out Scentual Obsessions' whole line, but I would start with Andy Warhol. All right, guys, so we are down to our final 2 fragrances on this list. For our number 6 spot, we have got Versace Eros, the clubbing party boy out there. Look at me, I'm cool, I'm fun fragrance. This isn't for everybody either. A lot of the younger crowd, if you've been in the fragrance game for a while, tend to wear this. Young girls really like it, but girls in general really do. I wouldn't restrict yourself if you're maybe 24, 25 plus from wearing this. Lots of older guys, or even just, you know, like maybe fresh out of college, guys can still easily rock this fragrance and do very well. It just kind of has that predisposition, that nuance of, oh my gosh, I'm wearing Versace Eros. There's a lot of young guys out there that are wearing this. But it pulls compliments like a beast. It projects like a beast. You got to be careful with the trigger on this one, guys. It smells nice, and it's going to be easy for you to want to apply 5-6 sprays of this, but I really recommend you don't. This one, I would honestly start with a 2 to 3 spray and wear it for a day or two at that amount and see how it does for you. I think you'll be surprised. So this one here not only does last long, but again, it's got excellent projection. This has got a sillage on it, which is why I encourage being a little careful for the trigger. So Versace Eros, I usually get about 7 to 8 hours. If I apply a little heavier, it can go 10-ish, but I don't recommend it because during that first few hours, you're gonna smell a little overwhelming. Apple, vanilla, very sexy, very flirty. This is great to club with, and it's great for maybe a date night. I don't know if I'd call it an everyday or a signature scent. It certainly is some people's signature scent, and that's okay. But if you have access to more fragrances, this is one I'd pull out on those occasions that I mentioned earlier, rather than wearing it every day. So if you want a loud, clubbing, sexy, long-lasting fragrance, I urge you to take a look at Versace Eros. Guys, in wrapping up this list for our last fragrance, we have one that has actually been discontinued, but is still possible to be found on groups, whether it be on Facebook or forums. If you look at certain discounters and certain places, it is still definitely possible to find. But if it's one you're interested in, I definitely recommend jumping on it sooner than later because it has been discontinued. This is Prada Rossa Extreme. The Rossa line has several different flankers, but this one, in my opinion, is the best of the bunch. Not only because I just think it has the best scent, but it's got incredible longevity. This is a bottle that is, again, not super hard to find right now, but if you enjoy it, if you ever get a chance to try it out and you like it, it has been discontinued. Jump on getting this guy here. 6 to 8 hours is where I usually stand on getting longevity out of this guy. It's a great performer. You're not going to need to reapply this unless maybe you're going out later that evening and you've put it on at 7, 8 a.m. before work. And it's going to last you pretty much all of a work day or a complete night out. So Prada Rossa Extreme. Take a look at the other Rossa line. There are some good ones in there, but my vote for the longest lasting goes to Extreme. Thank you guys so much for sticking with me all the way to the end of the video. Hopefully you guys found some of these fragrances interesting and you can spend some money on something that you're going to get some good value with and some good long-lasting performance. If you guys want to be a part of the Founders Squad, make sure you smash that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you can see whenever I post. We are trying to hit that 100 subscriber goal and we're inching closer and closer, and I'm really, really excited for it. If you guys liked today's video, make sure to drop a like and show your support. Also, I want to hear from you guys in the comment section. If you liked my choices, let me know. If you thought some of them maybe could have had some better options in it, I'd like to know that too. Let me know what your longest performing cologne is that you enjoy wearing, and let me know what your 2020 is starting to smell like. We're here in the new year, and there's been some hype about some stuff coming out already, so I'm excited to see what you guys are picking up and what you're wearing right now. You're watching Scents by Sean. Thanks for dropping by, guys.